How's it going, everyone? I'm Elijah King, and this is my weekly holiday wrap-up where I talk about all the upcoming holidays in the next week. The original plan was I was going to start doing these holiday wrap-up videos last Sunday, but things ended up getting in the way, and here we are. Luckily, we didn't miss too much unless you were really looking forward to National Bavarian Cream Pie Day. So without further ado, let's look at the upcoming week. November 30th is National Moose Day. That's moose the dessert, not moose the giant animal found in North America. But I'm sure they get their own holiday too. If you're like me, you've probably only heard of chocolate mousse. If you're slightly more adventurous, you may have heard of mousse made out of different pureed fruits. What I didn't know, and what I wish I hadn't found out, is that some people make mousse out of hard-boiled eggs, fish, and liver. Because some people like to ruin a good thing. What? You think my dessert should be made from chocolate and not liver? Preposterous! You might as well make mousse from an actual mousse, because even if mousse doesn't taste any better than liver mousse, at least mousse sounds cuter and might distract me from the fact that I'm eating whipped cream with meat. Quickly changing subjects, this year Cyber Monday is on December 1st. For those of you who haven't heard of Cyber Monday before, Cyber Monday is the first Monday after Thanksgiving and lots of online stores put on big sales. This is perfect for all the people who want to experience the savings of Black Friday without the risk of being trampled to death. Or if you just don't like going out in public, it's good for that too. Plus, drinking and driving is a majorly bad thing, but you know what's crazy fun? Drinking and online shopping. There's nothing better than getting blackout drunk, charging a bunch of things to your credit card, and then in 4 to 6 weeks receiving a bunch of presents from your past self that were bought with your future self's money. Although doctors may not want to spend too much borrowed money, as they will soon be seeing a drop in sick people, as December 1st is also Eat an Apple Day. At first, I didn't see the appeal of this holiday, but once you get to the core, it's basically a day to think about your health and to eat foods that'll help you be healthy. Or if you can't stand to eat right, but you feel obligated to eat an apple, you can make an apple pie, as December 1st is also National Pie Day. To clarify, on December 1st we celebrate pie as in P-I-E, whereas on March 14th we celebrate pie as in the number, although both celebrations involve eating pie. To further clarify, there's also a different National Pie Day in less than 2 months on January 23rd, which is organized by the American Pie Council. I didn't know that pie needed its own council, much less 3 holidays. And that's not even counting the dozens of holidays we have for individual pies. Speaking of which, if you do decide to make an apple pie for Eat an Apple Day and National Pie Day, you might want to save a slice. December 3rd is National Apple Pie Day, and to further clarify, this is a different National Apple Pie Day than National Apple Pie Day on May 13th. Considerably less healthy than eating an apple, but more healthy than eating pie, on December 4th we celebrate National Cookie Day. Now like pie, there are many different types of cookies, many of which have their own holidays, but I'm not going to talk about those today. For now, December 4th is for cookies, and that's good enough for me. It may not seem like it, but National Cookie Day is one of the hardest days to celebrate. On Eat an Apple Day, you just eat an apple. On National Mousse Day, you just eat some mousse. But on National Cookie Day, you have to find a way to safely get your cookie dough inside the oven before you decide that you absolutely cannot wait 10 minutes and just start digging into the uncooked dough. Even when I go to the store with the intention of buying pre-baked cookies, I usually just end up leaving the store with cookie dough because it tastes so much better. The other advantage of eating cookie dough instead of eating cookies is that no one can tell how much you really ate. Yeah, maybe 1 pound of cookie dough has more calories than 12 cookies, but at least you're only eating 1 of something, and you don't need to be a mathematician to know that 1 is less than 12. That's all I can say about National Cookie Day because I'm so crazy excited to talk about our next holiday. December 5th is Bathtub Party Day. I don't even know where to begin. After searching extensively online, with the safe search setting on, I found that the traditional way to celebrate Bathtub Party Day is just to draw yourself a bath, throw in a few oils and salts, turn off the lights, and just enjoy yourself having a bath. But what was also listed as an option is that you can mark the day by inviting your friends and family to join you in the bathtub. There is so much wrong with that. First of all, I'm 6'3". I can barely fit in the bathtub by myself. There's no way I can get my friends and family in there with me. Secondly, there's no way I'm inviting my family to a bathtub party. I haven't had a bath with a family member since I was like 3, and I don't see that ever changing. Sure, there are a few friends I wouldn't mind having a bath with, but it's not like I could just invite them to have a bath with me. That's the perfect way to be labeled as the creepy friend that invites people to get into the bathtub with them. And once you get that label, it's pretty hard to get rid of it. So I'd skip inviting any of your friends to your bathtub party. Unless you consider a bottle of wine to be a friend, which I do. That's probably how I'll be celebrating. Or rather, I'll be drinking wine in the shower because I can't fit in the bathtub. And yes, you're allowed to drink wine in the shower. It's totally acceptable, like drinking beer in the shower. If you're wondering why you can't see me, it's because December 5th is also Annual Ninja Day. I'm really glad I was able to talk about Annual Ninja Day in advance so it didn't sneak up on you. Apparently the traditional way to celebrate Annual Ninja Day is by dressing up in all black and sneaking around with your friends. This means that for a great deal of people, Annual Ninja Day is no different from any other day of the week. But if for whatever reason you don't want your neighbors to see you dressed like a ninja in public, another way of celebrating is to have a ninja party at your house where you all sit around and watch kung fu movies. Might I suggest serving punch? 1, because punch is something a ninja would do, and 2, because it isn't really a party if you don't have punch. If you are planning on sneaking around, you might as well go back to our other December 5th holiday and try sneaking into a bathtub party. But be careful because surprising someone in the bathtub is a good way to get your teeth knocked out. especially if it's a bathtub full of ninjas. Speaking of things that'll knock your teeth out, December 7th is National Cotton Candy Day. It seems weird to me that we'd celebrate cotton candy so late in the year. When I think of cotton candy, I think of a carnival, with rides and a petting zoo, and people who wanted to run away from home, but they couldn't wait until the circus was in town, so they got a job as a carny instead. I don't really think about coming in from shoveling snow and sitting down to a stick of flavored sugar. Even at a winter carnival, you'd be more likely to find something like snow cones. Not that that makes much more sense, because why would you pay for something that is literally falling from the sky? As we leave November, we've seen the end of No Shave November and Movember. As you can see, or maybe you can't, this year I've participated in No Shave November, where I've grown a beard that has gotten such compliments like, it looks alright, it's not horrible, and you should probably just shave. So say goodbye to all those Movember mustaches and say hello to the upcoming Decembeards. Another more novel tradition for November is National Novel Writing Month, where writers attempt to write an entire novel over the course of a month until they give up on November 8th. But if you have managed to write an entire novel, you should book it down to a publisher's office where you can maybe start a new chapter in your life as a successful author. Or are more likely to be told that there's just not a market for your material at the time, but please submit your work again in the future. Also, November is Sweet Potato Awareness Month, because apparently we needed an entire month for that. That seems like the kind of thing we only need a day about. Maybe not even a day, we could just have a yearly email reminder. Hold up guys, gotta check my phone. Oh yeah, sweet potatoes are a thing. I almost forgot. Although I shouldn't be saying anything because December ties in boringness with November because December is National Tie Month. In my experience, the easiest way to tie a tie is to wrap it around your neck, twist it around a few times until someone sees you struggling and offers to do it for you. I call this not the I hope to God I never get a job where I have to do this every day. And I do hope that I never get a job like that, because while I like wearing a tie on my own initiative, when you combine it with work it feels too much like a noose. Maybe worse than National Tie Month, December is also National Fruitcake Month. Why do we want a month for fruitcake when we don't even want a fruitcake? Candy, fruit, and cake are two perfectly fine things on their own, but for some reason when you combine them they become horrible. It's like water and gasoline, or a baby and a trampoline. They just don't mix. The only thing that fruitcake is good for is when you want to give someone a present, but you also want them to know that you hate them. Luckily, not all of December is bad, because December is also National Eggnog Month. Now, eggnog is pretty good by itself, but there's a secret to it. You can add rum to it. Or you can add gin. Or a vodka. Or tequila. Basically, you can add anything to it. And now, you have a month-long excuse to drink. You're not an alcoholic, you're just festive. That's all I have for you right now. Leave a comment down below saying how you'll be celebrating this week, and be sure to like and subscribe. I'm Elijah King, saying it's totally acceptable to drink in the shower as long as you're not crying.